Hi guys, it's Cam, and today I want to share with you my design team project for Gina's designs. Excuse me, and what I have created, I'm sure you saw in the photos in the beginning, this is a memory tray shadow box, and it is gorgeous, beautiful wood, and I didn't finish the back because I wanted to show you the wood, minus the glue string, of course. This is the color that it comes. It's gorgeous dark brown, and yes, I am going to be finishing the back because this is a gift for, actually for my mother-in-law for her birthday, and so I can't talk too loud. I don't want her to hear me. She lives with us, so she loves handmade things, so I decided to make this for her. But I'm going to finish off the back with some paper. But I wanted to show you, this is gorgeous hardboard that Gina uses for her products, and this stuff is so smooth. There's no slivers, no nothing. It's just absolutely beautiful, beautiful wood, and I love working with it. And it takes the paint absolutely beautifully. The paint I use 1 coat of gesso and 1 coat of Martha Stewart Summer Haze, and it just covered gorgeous. So that's what I did on the outside. And the paper that I used in the background, which you can see in here and in here, everywhere back there, is Kaisercraft Base Coat is what it's called. And I thought that the blue tones in the paper really picked up well with the colors of the paint. So that's why I decided to go with that. And the other paper that I used for fussy cutting was the Graphic 45 Secret Garden, which you can see up here, all in here, and then down here as well, the beautiful little girl. That's what I used. So those are the 2 papers that I used. And of course you can find this memory tray in this memory photo tray in Gina's store, and the links for that will also be down below. So let me share with you the other things that I've used. I'm just going to adjust my camera just slightly and just turn it a little to the side here. There. Okay. So after I had painted it and added the paper to the back, and this is 2 pieces, by the way, so it makes it really, really easy to paper. You just cut a circle and put it down flat, and then the piece with the dividers just sits right on top. So there's no like cutting all these little squares and measuring or any of that. It's super easy to put together, and I really had fun doing this. So after I'd done my fussy cutting in the paper, like I said, I started my embellishments, and I've used several of Gina's chipboard pieces in here as well. And at the top here you can see this beautiful chipboard butterfly from Gina's store, and I used my blue Recollections embossing powder and then the black Ranger to get this two-tone effect. I just did the black along the edges of the butterfly, and then in the center I've got this really cool pen nib, which was from my stash. It's a vintage pen nib. And then here, this piece here that says Memories with You, this is from the Prima engraver. So I've really mixed a lot of different paper stacks together. Prima, Engraver 45, and Kaiser Craft are all in here. So, but you know what? That's what makes it fun. And families are eclectic and fun, so I wanted this to be the same way. My family certainly is anyway. So I used this chipboard piece from the Prima engraver, and I really love how that came out. And then here you'll see a little corner piece from Prima. Oh, and by the way, along the edges here, you'll see on the paint, I took one of my chalk inks from Ingvild Bohm. I think it was the dry sand one. And I just went all around all the edges and everything just to pick up, because it really picked up beautifully the color of the wood and the blue. So I wanted that to kind of blend seamlessly, and it worked out really well. So right here we'll start in this corner. I've used a vintage doily here, and this is one of the ones that I got from Olga. Hi Olga, when she sent me my little rack and gift when I won the Diamond Dies die. So I cut it in half. I did use one, but this is staying in my family, so that's why I used one of those special doilies from Olga, so I figured, you know, it was okay to use that. And then this is a picture of my younger daughter and her husband when they got married on their wedding day, and they're having their first dance. And this is one of Gina's chipboard pieces here, the clock. And I've added a Butterby Scraps metal embellishment and some Wild Orchid Craft flowers. Tim Holtz film strip here. Some more beautiful Wild Orchid Craft flowers on the corner there. I'm just going to move this out of the way here. And then let's see if I can get this one in shot here. 1 second, I'm going to move my camera again. This may require doing this a couple times. It's kind of hard to film. Okay, so this part here, I showed you the butterfly and the fussy cutting, and I've also got more Wild Orchid Craft flowers here, and then right under here, you can see this part right here. That's one of Gina's cardstock doilies that she has, and this is one of Gina's little chipboard keys, and I've used my Tim Holtz Distress embossing powder on it to pick up that sort of vintage brown look. A little bird cage charm here, and then this is my oldest daughter and my grandson when he was about a week old. And then here in the center I've used the word family, and this is also from the Prima engraver chipboard pieces. I just like the way that that looked. And then over here, right here, I've used another one of Gina's pieces. This is the cameo, and I love these cameo pieces. They're 2 pieces, and you get a whole bunch in a package, which is great. You get, lots, and I've used these quite a few already on projects, and I still have lots left over. So what I did was I painted it white, used my script stamp with the clear ink, and then I used my Recollections embossing powder and in a blue, just to pick up on the blue tones in the paper, and then embossed it, so it's got that neat sort of script look there. And then I've used just black embossing powder on the lady's head, and I love how it turned out. And again, I've gone around with my chalk inks on the edge just to make it all tie together. Now here we have a film strip from Gina. This is the wider film strip. And I can tell you how wide that is if I can find my little ruler here. Yep. Let me see here. Okay, this film strip is 2 inches wide, and there's actually 4 pieces on here, but it was just too long, so I cut the 1 piece off. And I just added a little Butterby metal scrap piece on the end that I cut in half, and it's got more family pictures. This is my hubby and me. This is my beautiful grandson. And this is my youngest son, my oldest son, and at the time his fiance. They weren't married yet. Down here is their wedding photo, and that's my whole family right there. This was at their wedding in September. And then here, and I've got the other half of that butter bee scrap piece there that I cut, and another vintage doily back there too that you can see right here. And then this is another butter bee scrap piece here, and some more Wild Orchid Craft flowers, and a Prima wing. This is a piece from the Finnabar collection from Prima, metal pieces, metal sentiments. And then down here I have a Prima resin piece, and it was just pure white, and again I took the same chalk ink and just went over it just to make it look a bit more vintage. And it has a picture of my youngest son in it. And then in here you can see all the fussy cutting that I did. And this is another piece from the engraver collection. It's the key. And then I've just added a couple of Wild Orchid Craft flowers there. Here I've added another key, another piece of the Tim Holtz film strip, and then in the back here you can see another one of Gina's doilies. And this is my son and his now bride. They just got married in September. And then here's another butter bee scrap piece, a flower, and two of Gina's amazing clock hands. I love these clock hands. I use them on everything. I love them. And I've just painted them and added embossing powder to them, and they look just like real clock hands. They're so cool. And then over here, last but not least, is my mother-in-law, and she is kissing her great-grandson. This was the very first time that she met him, so it's a very special picture. And I've used a Tim Holtz sentiment underneath that says, "Know in your heart you are loved." Underneath I've got another piece of the doilies, the cardstock doilies from Gina's, and this is an engraver piece that's like a Polaroid frame. And then I've added just a piece of vintage lace here on the top. So this is going to my mother-in-law, which is right there, for her birthday on the 21st. So this is going to be one of her birthday gifts, and I think she'll really like it. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a hanger for the top so she can hang it on her wall in her room, and I think she'll really, really like it. So that is my DT project for Gina's, and I hope that you like it. Please feel free to comment, and I want to thank you guys all for your comments. Like, wow, you guys have been amazing commenting, and I really, really appreciate it. And I'm sorry if I've missed anyone. I'm trying really hard not to miss any comments, so I really, really appreciate you guys stopping by and just dropping me a line, saying a few words. It's great to hear from you, so thank you very much for that. And that's it for right now, and I'll be back soon with more projects. Talk to you soon. Bye.